What's going on, y'all? So just like we left off last time, we was looking into Fleece Johnson, the booty man, the booty warrior. We learned a whole lot from his last interview and the life that he had been living up until these 20, 30 years that he'd been locked up, and as well as how the public viewed him before his release. Um, I got a whole lot of mixed messages from him being locked up. It was, he should be locked up. He needs to go back, all because he likes man's butt. You know, it's not like he clearly explained before the fact that it wasn't something that was introduced to him. It wasn't something he was just attracted to off rip. You know what I mean? It's something that was introduced to him while he was in there. I mean, he said it flat out. He had no recollection of being with no woman, with no girl, because guess what? He was only, 16, 17 going in? He had no memories. He had no experience with coochie. He ain't had none of that, So 5 years, 10 years in, that's when he started humping. So, hey. I'm saying, man, look, I'm gonna keep taking the same idea. If you take a boy and you take him from his mother, away from girls in total, you put him in a village full of men. If you tell me flat out that boy gonna go to the day that he died all his life without fucking something, you be a damn fool. You be an ignorant ass. Shit. So look, we gonna get straight into this. This number 2. This the second full interview of Fleece Johnson, the booty man.
Everybody wants to know about the how did you end up on Lock Up Raw on MSNBC?
Yeah, I'll tell you that. First of all, I was in prison. I was causing mayhem, and then I eventually lay down. So they had what you call a skirt straight program. Bring juveniles in there, scare them, tell them shit that'll deter them from getting in trouble,
Yeah, I can see you, bro. What up, Charlie? What up, Dan? What up, gang? What up, Joe? What up?
I'm in prison, you gonna be my boy, all that shit, man. Well, I was the one that can break them all down, make them cry and all this shit, right? So I forgot about all the damage I did in prison before I laid down. The $200 million lawsuit that came against the state and all that stuff, the hatred there, right, towards me. So MSNBC come in and the warden asked me to do a documentary for all the juveniles in America, worldwide. And at that time, I didn't think I was gonna ever get out of prison. I mean, I'm going on 30-something years in. So I said, fuck it. Maybe I could do a little good to help somebody, right? So I told them, I said, when I do this documentary, I ain't gonna tell them the shit that their parents told them. Stay out of trouble, you end up in prison. They done heard all this shit. This shit don't register.
Yeah, shit don't phase them.
What I'm gonna tell them, it's gonna shock their conscience. It's gonna make them think twice before they do shit. It's gonna make them think twice before they take time for somebody else, So that's why I did it. The documentary, I went on and did a documentary. I had no idea when I did this documentary that I would ever get out of prison, that all these other sites was gonna come aboard and take what I did and put it in a negative light,
Yeah.
Trying to make me look like I was just
a monster.
A predator.
Yeah.
And like I said, yeah, I like ass. And to me, ass is ass. It don't make no difference to me where it comes from. You get 30 years in prison, you don't care about where your booty come from. You tired of jacking off, you tired of looking at smoke magazines. You ready to fuck something. And I was ready.
What about
He was ready.
did you ever watch your character on Boondocks?
I very seldom watched that. I watched a little of it, but it aggravated me because it's not my character. It's portraying me as somebody I'm not, right?
Right.
You know, I don't have to run up on no motherfucker asking for no booty. It's a known fact where I was locked up, I got pussy while I was locked up. Yeah. That'll be another story I'll tell you about. But right now, back to this. No.
You never seen it. You never watched the episode.
I was that fucker that put that shit out.
Mhm.
I forgot his name, but I can't stand him right to this day, right? And he took me and put me in a negative light to try to generate a lot of money and talk. But what he did is it hurted me
Wow.
because I go up for parole, I cuss him out. Cause I didn't think I was gonna ever get out, so I told him suck my dick, fuck you, fuck Frank,
Yeah.
fuck all you
Talking
motherfuckers.
mess. Yeah.
Kicked the chair over, walked out of the parole room. And they told me that same day, you got parole.
The same day you kicked over the table.
Yeah,
and
and
cussed
cussed them
same
out.
day.
They said I had parole. Because they had something set up for me out here. They done took my documentary and done edited it and done put it in a negative light, right? So they want me to feel this when I get out. I done caused them so much trouble in prison, so they want to show me that they gonna give it back to me when they put me on the streets, right? So every time I get a job, this shit'll come up. The booty man. Motherfuckers taking their ass and all this shit. And motherfuckers was
That's not funny.
fire me right on the spot. When they do background checks, I'm at the door. I got over 30, 40 jobs done like that. But, you know, it didn't. You know, I'm the type of nigga I don't give up and fuck 'em.
Yeah.
You know, you put me
Strong
to the
man.
test, I go out there and get my money. You
Strong
know,
man, yeah.
any way I can, you know. And I was trying to demonstrate when I got out of prison that I turned over a new leaf, you know. I'm done with all that crime shit, you know. But I can go back into it.
You can go back into what?
Crime. If I had to, I'm not gonna sit out here and I got a wife now. And yeah, that's another thing. My wife know all about this shit. I told her about it before we got married, right? And she talked to the wardens at the prison. And they told her straight up, all this shit is just hyped up shit, coming from different sites, trying to make money, trying to make me look like something I'm not, you know.
Right.
I fucked some ass in her. I ain't gonna lie about it. But I didn't take it.
Why do you keep saying it like
What
that?
about I'm gonna back up a little bit. What about the type of struggles you had? You told me a story about them taking you down to the basement where Death Row was.
Man, let me tell you this. I'm glad you brought this up. Eddyville, they segregation system. That's what we call the whole segregation. That's where you go when you get a disciplinary report inside the prison where you done misbehave and the guards come to you like out here on the street, they put you in jail. In there, they put you in the whole segregation when you do a wrong or something violating the rules. They put me in segregation. I don't even know if I want to talk about this shit for real. It kind of pissed me off. Fuck it. I'll talk about it. I was the only inmate in there that stood up against them. I'm not going to sit down and tolerate a lot of disrespect. Feeding me any way you want to feed me and treating us the way you want to treat us. When we go take showers, all the towels and stuff is dirty and they stink.
Yeah.
all this shit. So they locked me up one day, put me in the hole, and they put me in a cell that was leaking water. I mean, the floor was just covered with water.
Flooded.
So I called the guard. I said, can you put me in a better cell? I said, there was some cells empty on my way to this cell.
Hey, before we keep going, if y'all new here, Charlie, make sure y'all click the link in the about section on the Twitch for the Discord, the community Discord. You get information on new tips, events that we got coming up, new categories and subjects, and so on. Plus schedule changes like I did today. Yeah, go check that out. You know, go click that link in the bio. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And make sure y'all sharing the stream while we're here. Let's go.
He said, no. I said, can I speak to a lieutenant? He said, lieutenant's busy. So I started hollering, lieutenant, screaming. Some motherfuckers gonna come up here and get me out of this cell, right? Lieutenant come up here. So he claimed that I was disturbing the walk. Told me, turn around, be handcuffed. So they took me off 11 and 12 walk all the way down to 15 walk. That's one of the lectures at. Down there, you got rats come up through the hole in the toilet. That's how nasty it is down there. You be sitting in your cell, and a rat will come up through the toilet. Yeah, a rat. And the toilet is set in a square brick block. They got a brick wall around the toilet, square brick wall. So when you sit on it, your feet will be flat out like that. You know, so I'm not gonna sit on this motherfucker cause the toilet is all green and shit on the inside, and it's still like that right now. So I get over in a squat and shit. You know, but when they put me in that cell, he said I disturbed the wall. So the policy back in was 4-point restraint. You down naked. Change your arms and your legs to a steel bed, naked. And it's supposed to be for 3 hours. Well, down there in the wintertime, it's about 100 degrees. This is summertime, so you can imagine how hot it was. So I'm laying down there. I went on there and put me in 4-point restraint, butt naked on the bed. I started sweating real bad. So I said, fuck it. I'm made, aggravated, so I go to sleep. Something woke me up. And it was about 500 flies buzzing in the crack of my ass, bro. Flies. Felt like I had a vibrator in my goddamn ass, right? So I'm pissed. If you move, they go deeper. I say, fuck his shit. I'm gonna get him back.
Whoa.
You know, cause where I come from, you always get your lick back. You know, we don't let situation get out of the way unless we get our lick back.
Whoa.
So, when I came up out of the hole, after dealing with them flies, I'm feeling like something died in me, bro. So I come back up on the wall. They took me out and put me back in a regular cell. I said, I'm going to get any one of these motherfuckers back. So I'm the one that invented the shit wall in Kentucky State Penitentiary. It was due to that disrespect that they brought to me. So I was taking 3-gallon buckets, filling it up with shit, 2 cans of Magic Shade, and some glass, broken glass. So when I throw it on them, and they try to rub it off of them, they just be smearing it on them, and the glass gonna cut into them, and the Magic Shade gonna take their hair out, make them think they caught a disease or something, right? It's a psychological thing. I'm gonna fight you back. So I started that, and that shit took off and went into 6 years of it.
Wow.
All the inmates joined in, and we got to the point where the guards couldn't even come on the wall. They used to call me and ask me, police, can I come on the wall and feed everybody?
This nigga invented a way to terrorize niggas from the hole. Crushing up glass, mixing it with shit, and then throwing it on motherfuckers who pass by. This nigga a demon.
I said, yeah, if you give everybody 2 trays. Sometimes I say 3 trays. If not, don't even come on this wall. We're going to shit you down, right? And so they kept complaining to the lawmakers in Frankfurt. And the lawmakers were telling them, you work there at your own consent, right? You know, that's part of the job, right? And they wouldn't do nothing for them. So this why I went on for 6 years. And then they finally caved in and made it a felony. Yeah, if you throw shit I spit on the guard, it's a felony. You go in the court. I'm done. Everybody else, some of them was done, some of them said fuck it, kept going, right? That was our only way to let them know you got all the billy clubs, taser guns, electric shields. We got shit. Fight that. We got something to fight you back with, right? So after all that shit went down, that's when I, about a couple of years later, well, months, not years, months, I threw that boiling bleach.
Boiling?
Yeah, this motherfucker, he made a warden, and he's nasty. And all the inmates is afraid of him, and he made warden just being a nasty, rotten-ass motherfucker. And when he came by my cell, I threw that 5-gallon bucket of bleach in his face after I done boiled it for 4 or 5 hours. Get the fuck out of here, man. You ain't my warden. And he went into a hospital. He stayed in there 18 months getting skin grafts and shit.
This nigga is a terrorist.
And at the same time, I'm still fighting him on all other levels. I'm gonna let my man take over because he get me frustrated for real. I'm gonna let him tell me, direct me right here because I'm getting frustrated, and
This nigga's a
just
terrorist.
to talk about this shit is to relive it, and to relive it is to all your bitterness and frustration comes right back out, and my whole day be fucked up.
Well, let's, I'm gonna let you get back to that.
Man.
What happened to your teeth?
Oh,
I want to hear
I
this.
got in my teeth. I had a full set of teeth. I mean, perfect, pure white.
No, cause look, y'all remember in the documentary? Hold on. No. The Booty Man. Y'all remember in the documentary? Hold on, look.
What if you could do SEO
No,
smarter?
bro, I don't care about none of that. Hold on. Remember the Booty Man? No. Look, remember he had a whole. Look at his teeth. He had teeth. Look.
So what are they gonna do? You won't let him have a woman.
The nigga, he had teeth, bro. It's not like his teeth just disappeared.
They gonna have each of somebody's gonna have to give us some booty. And
Bro.
It's perfect. Well, I'm gonna get in. I'm in a hole, so I'm getting in a fight with this nigga they said been in the army. Everybody telling me don't fight this nigga, man. This nigga no judo, karate. I said fuck all that shit. Nigga, I try whoever. You disrespect me, right? You just got to whoop me. So when we came out of our cell, I ran up on this nigga and I swung. Man, I hit this nigga with everything I got, bro. That nigga told me, oh, baby, you gotta come with something better than that. And the nigga come on with some army shit. And next thing you know, he got me. I try to hit him and, you know, like the way we growed up, you pop a motherfucker, just scoop him. He down, it's over. Man, I tried to scoop this nigga and he got me in a headlock, bro. I mean, a perfect motherfucking headlock that I couldn't get out of. I mean, perfect.
Nigga finna put you in a full Nelson.
And he was choking me. He choked me so hard, I fought it, bro. And that's when I panicked. Right? This nigga's killing me. And all these motherfuckers standing around. I'm waiting on the motherfucker breaking shit up. Motherfuckers standing around just looking and shit, right? So I bit him. I bit this motherfucker. And when I bit him, he hollered, ouch. And he swung and hit me right here. And I thought he broke my jaw right here. I couldn't open my mouth. And that made me panic even more. So I'm doing like that, trying to break my mouth away from him, and then realize that I done tore all this open. I locked on this nigga, man.
Like a pit bull.
Yeah, I locked on him. Tore all this shit open. So here's what happened.
And he was a guard, right?
This nigga teeth was so sharp, he opened the bottom of a nigga's stomach?
No, he's an inmate.
He was an inmate?
Yeah. One of them big, massive motherfuckers come out of the military. They got a lot of them motherfuckers in prison. Motherfuckers come out of the army and shit, right? And so, when I seen the damage that I did, he got 32 stitches.
Hey Charlie, hey man, share this stream to all your friends, man. Everybody you know, share this to everybody, man. We trying to run up these views. Let's run up these views, man. Get these numbers up. Come on.
I said, goddamn. Shit. That's what I want to start doing, biting these motherfuckers, man.
Hold
And
on.
so, shit. That's what I want to start doing, biting these motherfuckers, man.
So you gonna start biting their ass.
And so, the next fight I got into, I bit this motherfucker, bit his ear off. So when I, you know, in the whole, we get to go to the prison hospital, fill out a, you know, when we want to go. So somebody went there and come back and told me that they seen the dude that I was talking about biting his ear off. They say, man, he had both ears. Told me I was lying. I said, bullshit, I ain't lying about nothing. I know I bit it off. But when I seen it for myself, I told myself, the next time I bite one of these some bitches, he ain't gonna get it back. I'll swallow that motherfucker before I give it back to him, right?
What?
So I got in the fight about 3 days later, right? Did the same thing. I bit this motherfucker whole side of his face off, right? And swallowed it. I bit another motherfucker's nose off. I bit a motherfucker's top lip and his bottom lip, tore it off of it. This shit is documented. It's recorded and documented. I done shredded these motherfuckers with my mouth, right? Then it got to the point where didn't nobody want to fight me because they'll say, nigga, all you gonna do is bite a motherfucker. You goddamn right, I'm gonna bite the shit out of you, right? So the commissioner, her name was LaDonna Thompson.
Welcome to Flatiron School. This is where you...
God damn. Hold on.
Didn't nobody want to fight me because they'll say, nigga, all you gonna do is bite a motherfucker. You goddamn right, I'm gonna bite the shit out of you, right? So the commissioner, her name was LaDonna Thompson, out of the correction academy here in Kentucky. She come to the prison. She said, hey, buddy, Frankfurt sent me up here because they want me to tell you, the next time you bite somebody, they're gonna take all your teeth.
What?
I think that's bullshit. They can't take all
Nah.
my teeth. That's against the law. And all that
Right.
shit, right? She said, well, I'm just telling you, she said, you got 34 bites.
Damn.
And I'm talking about motherfucker, I done beat them up here, took all this off. And they can't give it back. Motherfuckers, I took their top lips and shit off.
And you swallowing this shit.
Yeah, they still walk around like this, no lip. Yeah, I swallowed it. You goddamn right. You ain't getting it back. You ain't sewing shit on you.
Because the motherfucker got his ears sewed back
Yeah,
on.
yeah, he
Like,
got his ears sewed back on, so I'm like, fuck that shit, bro. So, I bit 2 more people since the last time I talked to LaDonna Thompson. So, she come back, and a guard come up to my cell and say, hey, you got a visitor. I'm thinking it's somebody, my family or something, family coming to see me, you know. They took me down at the hospital and put me in what they call a restraint chair. Well, you sit in the chair, they can handcuff you to the chair. You know, it's made like that. So she come around the corner, she called me her buddy. She said, my buddy. She said, didn't I tell you? I already knew what they gonna do, so I said, look, whatever y'all gonna do, do it. So a nurse came in, gave me a shot, put me to sleep. So when I woke back up, they done took all my teeth out and sold my gums. Yeah. But here's the part that I don't understand. When I do all that prison time, get out here on the street, I'm not in prison no more. And my sister took me up to a 2500 building on Broadway in Louisville, Kentucky. And we was talking about some teeth, you know, I need some dentures. And that lady told us, I think she said $1,500 for a set. But then came back and told us I couldn't get no teeth. Said it was against the law. She said, I don't know what he did, but we have a thing here saying he's not allowed no teeth about something about a violation of the law.
They registered his teeth
What
as a
they
weapon.
was telling me is that when I had teeth, before I used them to fight with them, that now my teeth is equivalent to you just giving me a gun. Give me a set of dentures is like giving me a .357 Magnum. Ain't nothing I can do about it. You know, like in prison when you file lawsuits, everything's in there is free, and I'm good at filing suits, right? I can file some hell of a suits. But in prison, the paper is free, the typewriter is free, the computer is free, the law books, we got a whole law office in there. Out here the shit costs, so I ain't got that money. So I couldn't do nothing but walk around with no teeth. I don't give a shit though. I'm who I am. I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga for real, so I can tolerate whatever.
All right, Fleece, you was tell me about the warden that did something to you that I've never heard of before.
Here's what happened. I'm in a maximum security prison in Eddyville. So down there, I'm turning up everything. I'm fighting. I'm the only inmate in that prison that ever did 12 years flat in segregation, the hole. I did 12 solid years in the hole. I'm like, motherfucker, I'll fight you to my death. They said, you can't wear these bars out. A guard told me. I said, no, I can't. I said, I bet I can wear your ass out, though. And that's what I stuck on. So I'm turning up all this shit, turn the toilets out of the floor, bolt it to the floor. I turn them out, slam them, turn the steel beds off the wall, turn the whole door off, steel bar doors, bend the tracks where they can't open the door. So they said they got sick of me turning up all this shit. And let me put this out there. When Martha Lane Collins was governor, you can look it up in the Courier Journal newspaper. It cost $650,000 to prepare the damage done in the lecture room. I did it. I took a mop wranger and beat the lecturer off the stand. I did it. Now let me get back to you. Why these motherfuckers hate me. So, these motherfuckers, they didn't like me. So, they built down at North Point Training Center here in Kentucky, they built what they call a destructive proof cell, where I can't tear shit up in there. The bed was made out of solid concrete. They took the door and put a solid steel plate over the door with little holes in it like that where they can peep in and see what I'm doing. Everything else, the toilet and everything was welded and bolted to the floor, the lights in the seat, everything. So when they brought me down there, I'm thinking they just transferring me, just give me a break from Eddyville, just to cool me off for some old shit. They brought me down there on some bullshit. So when they put me in the cell, they stripped me naked. No shoes, no socks, no toilet paper, no mattress, no sheet, no blanket. And they left me like that for 8 months. Cause I already knew that they was, I said, man, why y'all doing me like this? I said, I ain't got no problems with y'all. My problems are with the guards at Eddyville. That's who I've been fighting. I didn't realize that when you fight one, you might as well fight them all because they a system. As an organization, they gonna all fight with each other against whoever fights them. So when wintertime come up, I had a lot of ice frost on the inside of my wall where you take your fingers and scrape the walls and ice come out. And I'm sitting there naked. I said, one or two things gonna happen, bro. If you don't go on and fight these people, you're gonna die. You're gonna freeze to death and then you're gonna catch something, right? So I think, fuck it. They won't, I'm not gonna die in there. So when I got done with them, I tore the whole door off, steel door. Tore the toilet off, tore the ceiling out, knocked the whole wall out. I knocked the whole wall down.
With what?
With a bed and a toilet. I took the toilet that I done tore off the floor and kept smacking it to the wall till it knocked the hole all the way through. I tore the whole wall down. Well, the warden had his guards, and I knocked all the water sprinklers. I had all busted all in, and I beat everybody.
This nigga, he a fighting ass man. He fighting. He a fighter. Shit, man.
Inmates' door, so the guards couldn't even open their door. They just shut that whole wall down. So they took me to the warden's office, butt naked. He said, take all that shit off of him. His name was Dewey Showers. And if he's alive, you can see me now, Dewey smiling at you. Yeah, he was a nasty, cocky, country, hillbilly motherfucker. He said, take all that shit off of him. They said, Warden, he might go off. He said, he ain't crazy. He said, what's this on my desk? I said, it's a 38. He said, you believe it's loaded? I said, I know it's loaded. So when they took all the stuff off of me, he said, you see that window right here? He said, you see that fence? Yonder. That was his word. If you can make it to that fence, he said, I ain't gonna shoot number one time. You can run zigzagging, turn flips or whatever. If you touch that fence, I'll put you on the streets. I said, man, I'm not climbing out that window. Fuck that. So he told him, go throw him out. I was pitching them motherfuckers everywhere. You can get me out that goddamn window. So he shot the gun. Everybody froze. Now you ain't supposed to buy
He shot it where?
He shot it right there in his office. And I bet you right now to this day that bullet hole is still in her. I bet you it is. You're not allowed to bring a gun inside an institution, nobody, warden, nobody, unless a big rat or something like that, you know. He said, here's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm sick of you tearing up all my shit. He said, now I'm gonna give you all your property back. I'm gonna let you draw $150 a canteen out of the store. I paid for it. But the first time you act up, I'm gonna take this gun and come down and I'm gonna shoot your black ass. I said, oh. I walked across the loop, all the inmates walking, they said, who the fuck is this walking across the loop naked? I went to the private room, got my clothes and shit, went to the canteen. The warden already called them. They gave me all their canteen. I'm the only inmate in the hole with canteen. Cigarettes, all this shit. So, the same day they had a white girl named Carol. Me and her used to cuss each other every time she come on with old big titty, red-head bitch. I used to fuck with her, cuss her out. So when she came on, she looked at my cell and seen all this shit in her. So she stood there and told me, she said, you know what, they some weak son of a bitches. Give you all that shit back. And you remember that warden told me if I get one right up, he's gonna come down there and go off. And just without me even thinking, I said, fuck you, bitch. She said, I'm writing you up. I said, write this up. I tried to spit on her and all this shit, right? So I said, fuck it. So here they come. I went off. I took all that shit and tore it up. Gave the inmates that didn't have nothing, been in a hole, ain't ate a cookie in 6 months. I gave them all kinds of shit. I said, now I'm ready to go off, fuck them. Man, that warden come over, a little fat motherfucker. He came over though. He said, what did I tell you? I said, what? He said, didn't I tell you, you do something else, what I was gonna do, shoot your black ass? I said, that's what you said, so what you gonna do? That motherfucker shot me.
In the prison.
Inside the goddamn prison. Shot me. Okay, didn't take me to the hospital. Had a prison nurse to look at. He said, just clean his wounds and bandage him up. So,
that motherfucker shot me.
I filed a lawsuit on this shit. But what made me drop my lawsuit is my daddy got locked up. And we didn't get along, but I still got respect for him. And they took me in the warden's office and told me that if I don't drop my lawsuit, that my daddy who applied for what they call it, 30 days shot probation, that if I don't drop it, they gonna send him to Eddyville prison, where I done did all my fighting and stuff, and I know they'll try to get back at me if he goes down there. They'll try to get at my daddy to get at me.
Yeah.
So I dropped the lawsuit.
Yeah, they probably would have tortured him.
Yeah, it just made me go out. But that's what happened. And so I want all my fans to know that the reason why so much shit is spoken of about me on these documentaries is because they don't talk about what I did in the prison, right? I cost the state $200 million in a lawsuit. Western District of Paducah, the suit was Kendrick versus Bland. You can just look it up and it'll take you straight to it. Kendrick versus Bland. It was my testimony That same warden that shot me, we was in court. And I had help coming from the Department of Justice, Washington, D.C. And the lady that, my lawyer, her name was black lady, and I love her to death. Her name was Marty Fleetwood. And if you hear me, Marty Fleetwood, yeah, heads up to you. And she came down there with two of her black ladies. One of them was an investigator, and one was do all the researching and stuff.
What, for the state?
No, Department of Justice.
Oh, okay.
And we went in the courtroom, and this is a consent decree. So they done already told me, they said, look, please, we can beat your case, put you on the street, put money in your pocket. We can take your case consolidated with the consent decree and get one judgment for all the inmates. So what you want to do? So I put me on the back burner and said, let's get one judgment for everybody. You know, I'm standing up for everybody. So we go to court, and these death row inmates start trying to break out of the courtroom, turned the ceiling out and got caught. The sheriff and the federal marshals escorted all the inmates back to the penitentiary. And I'm sitting there like, God damn. Please let me go out there and testify. She said, I don't know what good it'll do. You don't come in a federal judge courtroom, turn up and expect help. But I went out there and I provoked it at some bitch.
5 hours later.
Some bitch. The same one that shot me.
Alright guys, yeah, my bad. I was having some technical difficulties. Man, listen, I was just having some problems. Yeah. So look, we back. I'm back. And we gonna get back into this. I'm back on my groove. Let's go.
She was asking, my lawyer was asking me questions, and I was taking time to answer because I'm looking at him, and he had his head bent down. He was flickering a pen on the desk. And then when his lawyer objected to my silence, he looked up. I said, and he called me a nigger, and I acted like I was crying. And he went ballistic. He's not crying. Can't you see he's pretending? And the judge told him to shut up, and he said something smart to the judge. The judge told him about a contempt. He said, you can take that and stick it up your ass. It was over. We won the consent decree, and so 2 weeks later they come in, told us we won based on that. And they told them guards that was carrying all them big billy clubs and popping motherfuckers in the head, we got to have your clubs. That was part of the consent decree. Take all that shit away from them. Then you got to redo everything. Then you got to take them double cells that I was telling you about, and you got to make them single cells. So they had to do a lot of renovation. Then they had to go to the Grange prison and build hospitals and stuff. So they put all that on me. It cost the state $200 million. And they hated me for it. So when this documentary came out, they didn't let me know that it was gonna be, they had this shit fixed to where when I get out on the streets, that's why they put me out when I cussed the parole boy out. They was determined they gonna put me on the streets so that I can feel what they got set for me. I lost about 40 jobs. I got put out of a church over this shit. Where's the fuck 'em? You know, I'm a strong motherfucker. I thank you for letting me out. I thank you for thinking that it was gonna turn me down. Ain't shit gonna, you didn't turn me down. I'm speaking this now to the prison. You didn't turn me down. The correction cabinet in Kentucky. You can't turn me down. And I still have that same thing. Fuck you.
Bro.
All right, Fleece. I got a question in the comments. I think it was yesterday, actually. How does a man go into prison on a 12-year bid and end up doing 40 years? What kind of crimes went on for them to give you that much time?
Well, it's easy because, you know, like in prison, they got their own rules and regulations. Like on a fight, you get in a normal fight, it's 15 days in a hole. While you fighting, you break his jaw, they take it up to 45 days in a hole. You stab them, bust their head, or kill them, you go to outside court. That's called a 7-1, 7-2. Right.
Man.
That's the highest you can get in the fight department. So, when I go...
Hello. Oh boy.
In prison, remember, what everybody is forgetting to remember is how old I was. I turned 16 in the penitentiary. I'm in the penitentiary, the maximum security penitentiary with some of the rough serial killers. Motherfuckers that done killed whole fucking communities and shit. That's who they put me in there around. You got people being locked up for ages. They man ain't on nothing but booty, butt, fucking something, punking the motherfucker out, taking the motherfucker's money. Then you got all these inmates in there that their families don't send them no money. So everybody's in there stealing, hustling, trying to get shit, right? So, any disrespect brought to me, I'm taking it serious in the penitentiary. Because in prison, you fight a regular fight, and you think it's over, motherfucker come back and stab you, kill you. You know, I done seen so much of that and I heard so much of it to where I got to the point where if I get in a fight, oh yeah, my whole thing of fighting is to do as much damage as I can to make sure you don't come back, right? And so, I remember when I picked up my first 3 years, it was over this dude. They brought him from the Grange, from another prison. He stabbed somebody. And the person he stabbed had like a reputation in my city. And now this dude, not even from my city, is running his mouth like he's a tough motherfucker. Put him next door to me in the hole. He wanted to talk. I told him I ain't have no rep. Next thing I know, he threw a cup of piss around the bars, and I ain't gonna lie, he got on me. She got in my goddamn mouth. Yeah. I spit. I said, I'm killing some bitch. So the lady guard that was working, Kathy, she said, hey, I heard what he did to you. You want him? I said, yeah. She said, when I let him out for a legal call, that's when the inmate gets in a hole. When they go to the hole, you can get out, make a legal call to call your legal aid to represent you on whatever they got you in a hole for, even outside court. So, she said, I'm gonna open your door by mistake. I said, please do. I tore the toilet off the floor. A porcelain toilet had the water still in it. When she opened that door, I had that motherfucker over my shoulder like this, and I'm tipping down the hall. I don't want this motherfucker to see me. But when I was coming down the step, soon he looked up, I threw it. That motherfucker hit him in the shoulder. And dislocated all that shoulder, but he was still able to run. You can see his shoulder hanging way down here.
Damn.
And when the toilet broke, he ran all the way in the back, and they got bars that goes up to the second turn. So he clammed the bars to go up to the second turn. So I took the toilet that was already broke it some more, took it in pieces, and I was throwing them at him because they had sharp points on them. And every time they hit him, it would cut him, you know. So he made it to his door and ran in his cell, and they shut his door. So I'm not done with this, nigga. You done threw some piss on me, nigga. She got in my mouth. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. I'm coming for you, right? So I went to an inmate, said, give me your toilet paper. So I got toilet paper from 8 inmates, took it all off the road, threw it up over the rail, clammed up her, took a blanket. So when I went up there, he's standing up holding his mattress up. So I was throwing the shit, hit it in the ceiling, make it bounce down on him. And it was still hitting. So he get up under the bed to try to avoid it. So I threw the toilet paper on top of the bed and a blanket over it and lit it on fire.
This shit nasty.
Bring your black ass out from under that bed, bro. I'm gonna get you. And them guards is hollering, they shooting all kinds of gas and mace. Get in your cell. I say, fuck you. And I fucked him up. But here's the thing, only thing that dude ever did, after I did it, I get an outside charge. I go to court. He come to court, testify in my behalf. He tried to get me off because he know what time it is. But they still convicted me, right? And they gave me 3 years off of that, right? When I picked up some more time, I said, fuck these motherfuckers in here. I ain't gonna never get out of this son bitch. So the very next thing, I got in another fight. You know, same thing, picked up some time. Then I got into it with a guard. See, cause them guards, they think, just cause I'm a guard like police is out of here, they supposed to be held to a different standard. Like, they can say shit, you can't say shit back, do shit, you can't. Man, fuck you, I'm gonna treat you like I treated, I don't see your badge or none of that shit, bro. You bring disrespect, I'm coming at you. I'll fight you, your whole organization, that's what I did, you know. So, that's what happened, you know, is that right there, bro.
What happened to, you know, I'm gonna go back to that part you got frustrated on when you threw that bleach on that man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me tell you about this shit.
when he
No, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't want to say it on the camera. I'm gonna say this shit. I didn't want to say it on camera because, look at the mindset. First, I'm asking all my friends to just hear this shit out and take this to heart, man. I'm a hard motherfucker, and I can be real hard. This man that I threw that bleach on, that guard, he did 18 months in the hospital getting skin grafts.
Yeah.
All this shit was gone. His lip fell off. All that shit was hot. You know. So they built a special cell for me, just like the one you see in Silence of the Lamb, big plastic glass cell. They built that for me on 15 Walk in Eddyville, where the plastic shield thing went over the whole door, where I can't throw nothing on nobody, and they can feed me without me assaulting them. You know, I getting to them. So after 18 months of being in naked, they didn't give me shit. I slept down there with the rats and the motherfucking lizards and all that bullshit. They bring this motherfucker in, the one I threw the bleach on. Fucked me up one day, it was lunch. They had brown beans and they had hamburger. No cheese, just hamburger and brown beans in a paper cup. They said, somebody's here to see you. I done forgot all about this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, shit, I'll never see him again. This is 18 months later. A guard turned the corner with his face all fucked up and all this shit, and he had my food tray in his hand. They wanted him to get back at me. So he handed me my food tray, and it was a big old pile of spit in the motherfucking beans, brown beans. I mean, it was so much spit, looked like 100 motherfuckers spit in it. In a little paper cup, it was golden, this the darkest piss you can, you can smell the shit. Soon they gave me the tray, I smelled the piss, right? Pneumonia smell like raw. And he handed me my tray. So it went through my mind right then and there. Oh. This motherfucker's trying to come back. And if I show fear right here, they gonna do this shit every day. They gonna put me in torment every day. So I grabbed a tray. I didn't use a motherfucking spoon, a plastic spoon or nothing. With my bare hands, I grabbed that big old pile of beans, threw it in my mouth, all of it.
With the spit in it.
With the spit in it, ate it.
Oh, you were
Drunk
nasty.
the goddamn cup of piss. I said, thank you. Can I get some more? It was good. And when they looked at me, they said, oh, goddamn, he quit. That's when he said, I'm done, I quit. Good. Because if I didn't do it, he would have came back, he would have been the warden, and he would have made sure every day he would have did something to me.
You would have been suffering.
So I say, man, I'm in a situation right now where I'm going to have to make a judgment call.
Yeah.
You know, I said, fuck this shit. My body, I don't
He
get
said he
sick
quit.
anyway, right? I ain't had a cold since I was fucking what, 15 or 16. I'm 65 right now. You know, I ain't been in and out of hospitals or none of that shit. I ain't been in a hospital. So I came out of penitentiary after 40 years with not a scratch on me. So, except they took my teeth and all that shit. But that's what happened, man. And I went out and took it to the chin, man, because what I'm dishing out, I'm coming right back at you, you know. Whatever they did to me, I did something back, you know. So you get me, I get you. You know, I got you more than you got me. So that's why it didn't, when it was all done and over with, I didn't have no hard feelings over it because you didn't did no more than me, not done to you. I did probably more than you did.
Yeah, I mean.
And so, and
I mean, look, the nigga, he gave you a pile of spit to eat and a cup of piss. You done threw boiled bleach on his whole everything. He looked like Two-Face. Ain't no coming back from that. You eat that pile, that tray right there, you get sick, you heal, you right back kicking. He like that forever.
here I am right now, still strong.
Yeah.
And shit didn't affect me, man. You know, it was a psychological thing, really.
Yeah.
And I did what I had to do.
We're going to call it quits for the day.
Okay.
This is another good day with Fleece.
Hey, let me say this, though, before you call it quits, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to Snoop Dogg, all you little rappers out there, and all my little gangsters and stuff. You know, I love you niggas, man. Y'all know white, black, whatever, right? I'm the real deal, bro. I'm a loyal nigga. I appreciate you niggas, man, coming to my aid. I wish all you niggas would come to my aid, bro, because this is some serious shit for real.
Yeah, it is.
And I want all my fans that is on them other sites, because you got a lot of people running out there claiming, I'm Fleece Johnson. You ain't me, motherfucker. and they making money off of shit, right? Put my head on somebody else's body. I had a friend tell me the other day, oh, is that you? I said, nigga, that ain't even my body. Dumbass motherfucker. But anyway, I love y'all, man. And I'm going to tell you this.
Talk to me.
This ain't even a portion of what you want to hear and what I got to tell you. This ain't even a part. This is just a fragment. What I got to tell you next, believe me, you don't want to hear this shit. don't want to hear that.
Have a good day, hustler spirit.
Man,
Thank you.
for sure.
You know, I wanted to.
Y'all heard that, man. Y'all heard that, man. He said, man, tune in next time, because y'all gonna want to hear this. Man, listen, man. Y'all hit that like button if y'all enjoy what y'all seeing. Make sure y'all follow, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitch if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Subscribe on YouTube if you enjoy what you're seeing. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And I'm going to see y'all in the Get. Retro Gang out.